Hi everyone, and thank you for joining. I'll just give a quick rundown of what you can expect from tonight's session, and then I'll hand it over to our two speakers. So we've got a single session tonight, hosted jointly by Salim and Vijay, joining us from India. And the session is on getting started with DevOps and cloud automation. If you've got any questions during the session, please put them in the chat. You will get a chance to ask the questions directly to Salim and Vijay at the end of the session. Just before I hand over to Salim and Vijay to introduce themselves, we just want to give a call out to speakers. Whether you're a veteran speaker or a new speaker, or just spoken a few times, you want to come and present on our show. Any topic, any cloud. We're a friendly bunch of people. We'll help you along the way, every step of the journey. So there's nothing to worry about. We don't bite, apart from Imran. And I think Imran's got something to say on that. But just before I hand over to Imran, guys, there's another session after this, which is their first session. We can find the link.
It's the Microsoft Cloud Security User Group hosted by Charlie Goff and Christopher Wright. A great bunch of lads. They're hosting the first ever user groups, the Microsoft Cloud Security User Group, as you can see on the screen there. That's at 8 p.m. today, UK time, so please do join. I'm going to be on, so it's 2 sessions in a row for me, but yeah, do join. I just want to echo what Sad just said earlier as well about call for speakers. So one of the reasons why we set up the Bradford Cloud User Group was for this purpose. We are not expert speakers, and we're not saying we are, but we want to give people the platform to be able to come on and break that nervousness, if you know what I mean. So if you are nervous about presenting or turning your webcam on, do you know what we all were? I couldn't turn my webcam on as of about 2.5 years ago. I was very nervous. Come forward if you don't want to go live. Let's go for a podcast that's recorded but not live. So yeah, just reach out. Saj, can you just put up that slide again, please, with our Twitter handles?
Yeah, I've just before I do that, I've put in the chat the link for the session at 8 o'clock with Chris. If anybody wants to join, please do. This one.
Yeah. So that's the Twitter handles there. So we've got Bradford Cloud User Group. That's Brad Cook. That's the main Twitter account, and then followed by myself, Saj, and Shabazz. Shabazz can't be with us today. He's stuck at an airport. He did try connect, but it kept dropping off. But yeah, so apologies, he's not on. But yeah, just reach out. Anyone can come on. And as Sad said, any tech, any cloud, you're all welcome. We're not just about Azure, whether it's AWS, it doesn't matter. Come and join us. So yeah, I'm just going to hand over to Vijay and Salim now. And thank you for coming on, Salim and Vijay.
Thanks, Imran.
Thank you.
So
Imran.
I'll share my screen. Probably you can confirm you are able to see my screen. Are you able to see the screen?
We can see your screen. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Basically, I will just go few agenda what we are going to discuss. So basically today I'm going to explain you why DevOps and why DevOps is high demand. And basically, still many people are struggling to understand what is automation between with orchestration, and also why cloud and DevOps are more demand. And especially for the career path, people are still I'm seeing to choose the right path with the relevant hands-on. And where the next question people are getting is where I'm going to study with hands-on from my own lab, or we need anybody who can train us. So I'm going to give you overall idea. So this is about me. Almost I'm going to put my silver jubilee coming May. I'm putting my 25 years. I'm currently holding 198 certifications. Soon I'm going to put a double century. And also I'm holding 89 research patents around data, artificial intelligence, and robotics. And of course, I'm running the Cloud and DevOps for cancer patients. I'm a cancer survivor. So I'm taking care of all fundraising through my free trainings. And as of now, I'm giving support for 4,000 plus children who are not able to afford to give their education. So we are giving backend support. And currently, I'm located in Belgium, directly working in European government as a senior architect. So this is my LinkedIn ID. So first of all, what is mean by automation? So people are starting from scratch or from a different domain. So they have to first understand what is mean by automation. That part they have to go and say the automation part. Say, for example, I want to do some task. Say I want to create some directory. So you will have command 1, command 2, command 3. And this is the, you can say, task 1. And you want to copy some file. Say you need to have 4 commands. So command 1 and command 2 and command 3 and command 4. You can say this is the task 2. And you also need to have, say, another task. The task 3 requires some another 3 commands. So command 1, command 2, command 3. So just imagine today I need to do task 1 and I need to do task 2 and I need to do task 3. And tomorrow also your manager is asking to do the same and daily basis. So what I'm thinking is why I need to do, because to do this 3 tasks again and again on a daily basis, I need say 45 minutes. Okay, so instead of this 45 minutes, what I'm saying is if I put these 3 commands in one single file, I give the execute permission. So on a daily basis, anyway, I have to run this to show the completion to my manager or my client. So I'm putting these 3 commands in one single file. I can call it as an executable file. I'm executing it. So if I execute this one single file, all 3 commands are executed indirectly. So here also the same. If I put the 4 commands in one single file, so if I execute this file, these 4 commands will be executed, correct? So the same way. So here I'm saving a lot of time. So if you see, I'm saving the time via script. So that means I am giving all 3 commands in one single file, all 4 commands in one single file. So basically I am trying to put some different way to consolidate time on my repetitive task. I can say not daily task, it's a repetitive task. It's called automation. So the same way we can go with the orchestration. So as I said, three file. Right now, if you see this file 1, this is the one executable file. File 2, this is the another file. File 3, another file. So now my client is asking, okay, you now put everything as a automation. Now I want to do a orchestration. Still, most of my interviews, people are not able to classify this. So from there itself, I could have recognized, okay, they have only theoretical knowledge, not a strong concept knowledge. So simple, if I want to run this, I want to run this, I want to run this, I want to run this after this completion only, I need to start this. After complete this only, I need to start, or while running this, I need to start the second one. So you are putting when has to run which script. That is called orchestration. Orchestration means simple. You are having some automation, task 1, task 2, and task 3. Okay, so this is called automation. Orchestration means I need to decide when this has to be executed, when this has to be executed, when this has to be executed. Either I need to start this while running, I need to put some dependency to start this, or I need to straight away start this. So you are introducing the dependency and you are putting some condition to trigger further. So it's called orchestration. So if you look at automation and orchestration, it's a very small difference, but you can say automation is consolidating a repetitive task as a simple code, or you put all tasks in one file, you can execute it. But orchestration means which task has to run when. And if you go simple, you setting up the task, okay, how you can combine all tasks together. That means repetitive task. And orchestration, automating many tasks, when to do what. That is the orchestration. And so why people are now started discussing on DevOps everywhere, right? So before going to DevOps, what I did is when I started my career, the project manager will decide what exactly has to do. I mean the timeline, I mean who has to do what, everything. And then this area is the developer. So this developer will create a code. Okay, so this code will be maybe some development software, Eclipse or whatever. So they will have centralized folder where the developer will check in the or copy the code. Okay, previously, before I'm talking about the before DevOps team, there is a team called middleware team, or you can say system administrator, WebSphere team, or WebLogic admin team, or JBoss admin team. So they are the person, they are a system administrator. They will take this code and compile it. Okay, previously we used to have Ant build tool. So using Ant, I will create the code and I will get the .jar file. Okay, if it is a somewhat middle level application, we used to get a web application war file, or if it is a bigger enterprise level, then we used to get ER file. So ER file, it's a somewhat enterprise grade application. So the middleware admin will compile and get this file, and they will have WebLogic server, right? They will go and deploy, or WebSphere server, they will go and deploy, or Tomcat server, they will go and deploy. So now there will be a testing team where they will go and test the deployed application, all use cases, everything. Then they will, if they found any issue, then they will raise it again. The developer will come into picture and fix the code. Again, this process will be repeated till the testing team approve all test cases green. Then when to release, okay, and when to deploy in actual production environment. Okay, once it's deployed, there will be a monitoring team, there will be a L1 team. So everybody will comes into picture. So here the plan, he is the manager. Okay, so this person will coordinate each and every person. Okay, and this person also will control who has to do what, when, who has to do when. So now this manager is the actual CI tool. Okay, we used to call it as a Jenkins, or we used to call it as team city, we can say circle C. So there are a lot of tools available. So I would say if you are planning to start DevOps career now, please select Jenkins. The reason is Jenkins or TeamCity is an open source. You can do everything in your lab, right? So now before DevOps, if the developer wants to develop something or fix something, so he has to discuss with manager, hey, can you let me know which version currently I need to work on. So they will take the GitHub or previously the old SVN. So SEM. So then now we are calling us GitHub or Bitbucket or GitLab. There are a lot of tools. Even AWS is having, even Azure is having. So now the build. How do I build? So you can go with Maven. Okay. So who is going to control? I can say CA tool. CA tool, who will plan? There is a Jira, there is a Kanban board. So there are a lot of people. So I can integrate here. Who will code? There is a Eclipse. You can integrate with GitHub here, GitHub, and integrate with CA tool. CA tool, who am I? I am a Jenkins. I'm a Jenkins. And now I need to build it. Who am I? I am a Maven. So here Maven is the build tool, or you can use Gradle. There are a lot of build tools available. So you can integrate this also with Jenkins. Okay, who am I? I want to test it now. So you can say Selenium. There are a lot of testing tool available. So if you want to test with a very minimal for your learning, you can go with a JUnit. But if you want to do a proper one, if to get onto the interview, then you go with Selenium. So now Selenium also has to integrate with who am I? I'm a manager. Who am I? I'm a Jenkins. So if you see this flow, everybody first has to integrate with Jenkins, because Jenkins is going to be the central point of contact to decide who has to do when, who has to do what, right? And release. You can choose the tool and integrate with Jenkins. And deploy. You can choose and deploy, integrate with Jenkins, either Tomcat or WebLogic or WebSphere or JBoss or Glassfish. So operation. So you need to just whatever you are doing, you need a monitoring tool. Okay, notification tool. Monitoring tool you can go with the Prometheus, and notification tool you can go with the Slack. Okay, so now here instead of Jenkins, if you want to play around, you can go with the TeamCity. Okay, so if you look at this is the actual before DevOps legacy, right? This is now we are calling as DevOps. So what is the difference previous and now? Previously, this is separate team. This is I will change the color. Maybe people will understand. So this is team 1. This is team 2. This is team 3. This is team 4. This is team 5. This is team 6. This is team 7. This is team 8. Now, all the 8 teams all will control under manager. Okay. So each and every time there will be a call or clarification, everything. Now they will sync with manager or a daily mockup call or whatever. But here, this manager now I'm calling as a Jenkins or TeamCity or tool. So there should be one person who can derive the entire process. So the team still going to be the different team if you want. If it is a bigger application, then or if you call it as a DevOps team, the DevOps team will take care of everything. Right? So still there, if you want to have a enterprise grade, still they are maintaining a Slack team where the L1 people, but all integration configuration will be DevOps team. So DevOps team is the responsibility to create the entire infrastructure as a code. So you need to create a code. If you run a Terraform code, the all will be implemented and all will be integrated to Jenkins. All will be configured and all access also will be provisioned. These are all will be one single code, because we already started towards infrastructure as a code. Previously, still I remember we used to create all the server manually, all the server install manually. But now whatever I need to do, first I need to create a code, either Terraform or CloudFormation if you are going with AWS. Okay, or I would not prefer this provisioning through Ansible, because provisioning normally people will prefer to go with Terraform because it meant for tool. Okay, now as I said, the same here. So the developer will code and he will check into the SCM, source code management, and then the middleware administrator. Okay, so middleware administrator, he will pick the code and build it using Ant. Ant is absoluted. It's a very old tool. So you can go with a Maven or Gradle. So you will get .war file or .er file and you will deploy. So now you need to test it. So whether whatever you code developed as per my scenario, my production scenario. Say, for example, this is the financial app. I want to test once complete sequence, fund transfer. So that test cases has to be verified. So if it is wrong or any bug, again, it will check in to the GitHub and developer will fix it. So this cycle will be repeated till you get the all passed, the testing passed. Okay, the testing is passed, assume. Now, integrate. What I need to integrate? So I need to introduce the Jenkins. Basically, Jenkins, you need to put the centralized person. So everybody has to first get integrated, associated with Jenkins. Who am I? I am a Jenkins. Who am I? I am a manager. Who am I? I am going to decide who has to start when, who has to do what. And then you need to deploy it. Okay. And there will be a mechanism, there will be a rule you can create, even though Monday also there is a changes, Tuesday also changes. So any day, anytime, any changes, but I can control it when I need to deploy. Definitely production, we can deploy only in the weekends or after business hours if there is any emergency fix. So I can control. There is a polling. You can create a rule here where you can create while creating a pipeline in Jenkins. What is meant by pipeline? I am creating all this in order, right? I can call that those procedure as a pipeline, right? So I deployed, okay? And then nowadays, the deployment also, I'm not interested to go with any VM based deployment, right? Because the turnaround time will be very fast if I go with my Docker based environment. I mean the Kubernetes. Everywhere the Kubernetes is going to dominate, either you are on-prem or in cloud. Okay, now I need to monitor. So you can go with Prometheus because it's almost popular now. And of course, you can use it for small grade one. You can play in Nagios. Again, this process going to notify. You can say here also, you can integrate the Slack. So here, this is the complete process. So in this, the testing team will be sitting here, the developer team will be sitting here, and the build team. The build team, who is this build team? Basically, it's a DevOps person. The DevOps person will create the entire pipeline. First, he has to understand with all team. There will be a lot of sync up call. He has to first draw the flow, and when has to do what, that flow also he has to confirm. And then this is the one flow. Maybe before production, there will be a multiple environment, dev environment and UAT environment, and there will be a SIT environment, and there will be a maybe a pre-prod. You can say, I'm just giving an example. Maybe the environment name will be different, but definitely before production, there will be a minimum 3 to 4 environments. The reason is you need to keep test before deploy production. You need to ensure, okay, I'm good because you don't have a breathe once deployed in the production, right? So this is the exact one. I'm coding it and then I'm testing it till I get passed. Then I'm going for a deployment. So again, there will be a requirement, because once deployed, the next release or new release, there will be a collection of requirements, or there is a changes, or there is a issues, or there is a bug. So this requirement phase always repeated. So once requirement is freezed, then there will be a design, and in this part, the architects will be involved, and then the developer will be involved, the testing team will be involved. But the deployment complete, as a DevOps person, you need to create the infrastructure. You need to create the complete pipeline. You need to create the end-to-end tools. Okay, so here we can say agile process, right? Agile process means I need to deploy with the 10 features, right? But previously what will happen is I used to say, for example, I want to go live with 10 functionalities. So previously, all five, okay, we can say 5. Okay, all 5 functionalities completed, developed, tested, and approved. Then only I can go live. But now in this is mandatory. This is mandatory. Maybe we can go this later. Maybe we can go this later. Maybe we can go this later. So you prioritize. So with this, you first go to live. That is the exact DevOps. So now once it's ready, once it's tested, once it's approved, then you can go to live. Once it's tested, again you can go. So multiple reiteration is possible. Multiple approval is possible once you created complete pipeline. Right? All you are going to do is you are going to check it. Your developed fixed code, and the once the check-in happen in Jenkins or TeamCity or whatever CA tool, there will be a polling. Automatically it will poll. Okay, is there any changes? Who am I? I'm a CA tool. So if there is any changes, immediately I will pick it up. But I will wait because there is a rule. This is the production environment after office hours, but we can override. But normal flow, you need to define it. So these all teams now going to work together, right? So to define the single environment workflow, that is the major robust nowadays as part of DevOps. Okay, I'm giving a simple example. So still people are confused whenever they attend any interview. Each interview, each company, each project, they are asking so many different tools. Yes, of course. But what I'm saying is, if you create a small lab in your maybe free tier, AWS or Google Cloud or Azure, what you can do is you need to first learn it, right? So don't go with fear from the job description. Of course, they are having some requirement, but what you can do is you can pick up some open source tool, which is completely free, right? Even the community edition also you can do it. All you are going to do is understand how it works. You are not trying to prove the tool, right? So you can pick up some open source tool or the license tool also. They will have a community edition. You for learning, community edition is more than enough. Okay, you are I'm not a developer. If you say I'm not a developer, still you can fetch some sample codes. There are sample codes are available. Even I can show you. There are plenty of free learning repositories are available. All you can do is your interest, your free time. That's it. So you can pick up some free code, or you can install Eclipse. Eclipse itself, there is a way to create a simple one test code, right? So now I selected one ticketing one, and I selected one development tool 2, and where I need to store, I can go with a GitHub or GitLab or Bitbucket. It's up to you. Okay, I'm going with the GitHub because I don't want to go complicated while learning. So I selected third tool, and I'm going with the Jenkins because Jenkins is more popular while learning. So, or you can go with the TeamCity. Both will be really easy to learn. Okay, there is a 4 tools. Now I can go with the JUnit because I'm not a tester, but I want to see end-to-end DevOps process, right? I can go with the JUnit, and either you can go with Cucumber or anything, but don't get confused in the first layer of learning. So there is a tool called testing tool, and I need to store the repository. Why I need to store? Why I need this portion? Why means whenever you had any even Android phone or iPhone or any application you are using or banking application, you can call customer care and say, I'm using this mobile, this model, and in this model, it's not working properly. So the same application, your friends able to work on without any issues. In that case, what they will do is they cannot go and again develop everything. So each and every release, they should have some area where they could have stored the source code as well as the compiled application, everything, so that whenever you raise any ticket, even recently LinkedIn also I raised 4 to 5 bugs, right? What they'll do is their backend development team, they will see, okay, what is your laptop, what is your OS, those details they will collect from you, and they will go what version LinkedIn app you are using. So they can pull out the actual source code. They will pull out the compiled application. So they need to have somewhere they have to store it. So either you can go with the Nexus, or there is a one more good tool if you want to learn, Artifactory. Artifactory. So it's a very easy to learn, Artifactory. So there is a tool, sixth tool. Now I need to deploy it. Okay, but I need to have a more structured way of deployment. So you can go with the deploy IT or Terraform. Also you can use it, or Ansible also you can use it. So there is a 7 tool where I need to integrate everything. So simple. You integrate GitHub to Jenkins, because who am I? I'm a Jenkins. Who am I? I'm a CA tool. Who am I? I'm a manager. So you integrate this here. You integrate this to here, because at the end of the day, we all need to report to manager. Why we are reporting? Because there should be a person who can derive. Okay, you did this, then you start. Okay, you finished, then next person start. Okay, you are started. Now before you finish, the next person should start. That control should be with one person. That is why every project there should be a manager. So here the CA tool is the person who will derive all these rules. B. Who am I? I'm a DevOps person. Okay. So go here, and first, once you defined everything, you need to first create a code, create a code, create a code. And the Jenkins also you can create a Groovy script, or Terraform also you can create. Okay, and you can create a code, you can create a code, you can create a code, and you need to first combine all this code in what order, and that is called infrastructure as a code. Because even if you leave from the project, the next person who is joining in the team, or next shift, once you finish the shift, the infrastructure as a code will be triggered by the Jenkins. Where this will be stored? This code also you can store it in GitHub. Not only the actual application code, you can store this also in GitHub or GitLab, some SEM, source management. Okay, and this is the main reason DevOps is very, very demand. Okay, so previously we used to call sysadmin. Now they are all going to call it as DevOps engineers. They are engineers, not admin, because they are facilitating the complete environment, right? Indirectly, they are also making sure the complete the environment management also, and the virtualization. Because if you want to go and deploy all this, you need a mission, right? Say we are saying tool 1, tool 2, but this has to be deployed in one mission. This has to be deployed in one mission. This has to be either you can go with the github.com or your private GitHub repository server. So wherever you need a machine, you need to deploy on top of VM, or this area only it's a container based, right? And whatever the networking base infrastructure, you need to think about all networking structure, and you need a coding knowledge. As I said, to create all this, you need to have everything modified and converted as a code. Why? Because today I'm here, tomorrow somebody will be replaced me, or if I go after my shift, I have to make sure everything is code as a code. That is why here many people are still struggling. Okay, do I need to be a programmer? Do I need to write a lot of code? Yes, of course. But there are a lot of easiest way to learn the coding. You are not going to be like a developer kind of a coding. You are going to repetitive task. There are a lot of examples. There are a lot of man pages. There are a lot of even sample codes also available. Only thing is you need to understand, you need to cut, copy, paste, but you need to know when to cut, what to paste. That's it. And the Soft skills, of course, because you previously system administrator, okay, there is a server issue. He will only look at that issue. But now, as a DevOps person, he has to coordinate with multiple team to understand, to create the end-to-end flow. So you cannot be shy hereafter. You have to speak to a lot of teams to collect and ensure, okay, this is the complete workflow. This is the first tool. And so you need to categorize it. For that, you need to have a lot of conversation with other teams. And automation tools, of course, you can go with a Terraform. If you are going with a AWS native, then the cloud formation. Even Azure also, there is a function, or there are a lot of other tools also available. And you can have a little bit knowledge how the end-to-end testing is working. But if you are not from testing background, you no need to be core testing knowledge. The testing team will be there. This is also one of the wrong understanding. I'm a DevOps person. I need to have strong Java knowledge. I need to have testing knowledge. No, there will be a teams. You are a DevOps person where if you deploy into testing team, then you are a main purpose of the testing part. But if you deployed as a DevOps infrastructure team, then your responsibility to help to create the end-to-end components as a code. Organization security aspects, yes. So for this also there will be a security teams, but your responsibility to first understand what kind of a permission, what kind of a privileges, what kind of a ports, what kind of a services I need to expose it. Because without that understanding, you cannot create this infrastructure as a code in Terraform or Ansible or CloudFormation, even in Python. So in some of the functions, you need to go with the Python. So these really must. Okay, so still many people, they started asking, what is Terraform? Okay, I'm going for blindly. They are saying, okay, I'm learning Terraform. Okay, so I no need to learn Ansible. Both are having their own plus and minus, both having their own product features, right? It's not that mean you are good in Ansible, you no need Terraform. No, if you closely observe many clients, many interviews, most of the projects, they are using Terraform as well as Ansible, right? So Terraform, you can create, destroy, and update. These three things you can do it in Terraform. But in Ansible, I want to do some task. Okay, the major difference is I want to first understand who they are. I want to scan it. Okay, I need to do some task with only 2 CPU servers, only Red Hat OS, only Windows OS. So first I need to understand who are you. Okay, so that is possible Ansible, but I want to create or destroy or update. Simple example is I want to previously when I started my career, maybe there are a lot of people watching legacy. So I want to have one fix. Say I have one server. Suddenly there is an issue. So what I will do is I will keep on go and troubleshoot either OS or security or storage. There will be a lot of options. I need to look at it, right? So assume for troubleshooting, it's taking 45 minutes. Okay. Now you remember, right? Production server, we should not store anything in the inside server. So, but the same, if I want to replicate the same server with all mount points, data also no loss, it's taking 5 seconds. Which one you will choose? I will go with this. I will not go with this because at the end of the day, my business has to be executed without any issues. So this is where the Terraform is really, really robust these days, right? But I want to roll out some changes based on currently what I have, right? I want to fix something. Then Ansible is more robust these days. So, and the easiest path, if you ask, I want to go with DevOps, right? So even you already a senior in IT, first of all, I'm keep on explaining to most of the conference last 11 years. First, forget about you are a junior or senior. In front of technology, you are a junior. Simple as that. Okay. That is the mindset will help you to learn more new things, right? And first you need to first decide. Okay. And the reason why I mentioned Google Cloud is the other cloud free trial accounts, you have some limitation, but Google Cloud, they are providing 3 months and you can go with almost 24 CPU, and there are a huge number of memory also freely you will get. So this is more than enough to learn Kubernetes real hands-on on your own lab, right? And that is the reason I created this. And uh, uh, if you are really not favor to the black screen, normally the white screen and black screen, it's opposite. White Windows, black screen Linux. So hereafter, please come inside Linux. The reason is if you start taste Linux, going forward, you no need to spend single money on any of the trainings. You can create a server, you can play with it, right? So Linux is very easy, but if you want to have more job immediately, then what I'm saying is you can just learn what is needed to learn cloud, what is needed to learn Ansible Terraform, what is needed to learn Jenkins or TeamCity, what is needed to learn Docker and Kubernetes. This kind of a Linux command more than enough to start with, right? But I strongly prefer to go inside, learn in depth, then you will feel more confident, right? And one more request is whenever you learn, please create your own lab, fail multiple times. The more you fail in your own lab, no matter whether you are not working in the same technology, okay, no matter whether you are having a huge gap, no matter whether you are from different technology, but you will have a lot of content to speak in interview, you have a lot of content to speak in projects, right? So cloud, I strongly recommend if you are starting now, go with AWS, because AWS, all cloud provider, they are started after AWS. So the AWS, if you know, maximum 2 to 3 days you can get through Azure, right? If you list both cloud in your resume, it will be more add-on value. Okay. And Ansible, still I'm seeing many people, no, I'm fear in programming. See, Ansible is not a programming. Ansible is how to apply, how to create a file. That's it. There are huge number of examples inside Ansible itself. Only thing is you need to start fail in your own lab. It's very easy, right? And DevOps tool, I prefer to go with either Jenkins or TeamCity and Docker Kubernetes. So the Docker Kubernetes is a simple. If you have a VM, previously we used to create a on-prem dedicated physical server. Later we created a VM on top of hypervisor. Now we are going with Docker and Kubernetes, right? So first, don't rush up with certification. This is my kind request. Once you confident from your own lab, because companies maybe they will see your certification in your resume, but they really started testing on your skills. Even if you are having a very less knowledge, please be confident. That's it. And if you know Linux, and I'll come later Python. So if you know Linux, then AWS, then Azure. So skill 1, skill 2, skill 3, and skill 4, and skill 5, and skill 6, and skill 7. Okay. Then each, once you learned Linux plus Linux use cases, AWS use cases, Azure use cases, Ansible use cases, CI/CD Jenkins use cases, Kubernetes use cases. This is why I derived here. You match the real-time one. Okay, I learned then Terraform and Python. Why I put the 8 and 9, because it need some kind of a programming skill, right? So definitely, so far I seen last my journey, people are taking a lot of time to learn Python and Terraform, right? But you have to, because we already entered in data, and we are heading towards very, very fast in AI and blockchain, of course, robotics. So even if you have a plan, first what I'm saying is you learn this 7 skill set, which is very easy. If you put dedicated maximum 2 or 2.5 months, then get on inside the some job first to save your family or your commitments. Then please start your Python and Terraform, which will give you a longer run, more in-depth opportunities. So and this is my mail ID, and those who want to learn anything completely free, I'm bringing more free programs as part of my cancer dream. So please make use of it. But only my request is please fail, so that you will understand your own confidence. That is really needed in a longer run. Okay, so you can go and search Cloud and Loud. Even you can search Cloud and Loud in LinkedIn. There are huge number of free programs, not just demo programs. I never liked demo programs. Whenever I conduct anything, even my team, they want to do hands-on and show it. That is the way I strongly believe people can realize more what is what. Even I'm started conducting last 1.5 months internship program, only use cases program. I'm making them to swim in their own. That is really needed. Thanks for this opportunity to Bradford Cloud User Group. So we'll bring more sessions to help community.
And
Thank
thanks
you so
everyone
much.
for
That was a
listening
great
to
session.
Vijay.
I think I'm echoing.
No, Imran.
Sorry, was that me echoing or was that my?
No. It's correct only.
It's better now, Imran.
Oh, okay,
Hello,
sorry, I thought I
Mohammed.
was echoing then. Yeah, thank you
From
so
you
much.
and
I really liked it when you said act as a junior when you're learning.
Yes.
We should all start as if we're juniors
Yeah.
and just continuously learn. Absolutely, really like that. And also keep failing. Failure is your teacher.
Yes,
The more
exactly.
we fail, we fall down. Don't take failure as a downer. A lot of people fail an exam and they say, "Oh, I failed the exam." But what you need to remember is you've learned so much in that process of learning for that exam. So yeah, a really great session. I don't think anyone's got any questions. Christopher said, "Brilliant session. Thank you." I think you've actually covered quite a lot there, to be honest with you. Has anyone got any questions? You want to come off mute?
Imran, I would like Vijay to tell that just give a brief, small intro about the Cloud and Loud, so that and those who have joined us, please join to our YouTube channel, which is Cloud and Loud, and give us more love so that we can give more content like this and into the deep technologies of coming like Kubernetes, automation, robotics, and other use case scenarios where we are having a good experience where Vijay can share with us. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and on LinkedIn also you can join to us where we are providing a new newsletters, technical newsletters, and the upcoming events which we are showcasing the use cases to the people.
I think Sad just dropped your link in there. But yeah, thank you so much. There is another session at 8 o'clock, guys, from the Microsoft Cloud Security Group. I've just dropped it in. If you can make that 8 o'clock, it's the first group that the first session they're launching. It's going to be a great event. Yeah, thanks, Alex. Yeah, it was indeed a great session. I've actually learned a bit myself. I've been studying Terraform recently, and I've been blogging about my journey. So a great way to learn and share is exactly what Vijay did. He's obviously learned all these technologies and he's come forward and he's actually shared his experience. So if anyone wants to come forward, please contact us. If you want to share your knowledge, if you want to present, we are a friendly community. Just come along and contact us. But yeah, I think if there's no more questions, it gives me a break before I can join the next session in 1 hour.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it, Nicholas.
Well, it's about Git. Okay, so it's about Git. So I've been learning about more Git and was wondering if you can push your GitHub like code to GitHub as well as your DevOps to external repo, because I know you can push to one different repo in remotely through GitHub, but can you push to separate external repo?
Yes, you can. So there is a what you have to do is first, if you are planning for yourself or your group, first you need to create some GitHub keys and you can push it. Or you want to create a private entity, you can push it. Probably you can ping me in LinkedIn. I can give you all insight. Maybe I can write a detailed blog for also. I can share it with you.
Okay, thanks. Because I know that you can have only one origin, but you can probably have secondary remote to push it to.
Yes. So basically, you need to create either you can create a different branch and child, and you can configure in such a way that we can accommodate the same scenario.
Okay, thanks. I'll try that.
Thank you, Nicholas.
Nicholas, I think you need to be blogging about your journey. I know you've been working very hard in the background, working on Azure DevOps.
Yeah, I need to start.
Yeah,
I've been learning Terraform as well, though. So a bit of a Terraform.
Yeah, just set up. Do you have a blog, Nicholas?
Yeah, well, I have a blog, but I haven't finished. I've been just putting stuff up for us.
Okay, cool.
You'll find it when you search me Google, but no one knows about it.
Well, you need to let us know. I'll definitely read it. But yeah, thanks for that question. Has anyone got any questions you want to drop in chat or come off mute? Right, great session. I think you deserve a round of applause for that, to be honest with you. If you want to come off mute and just give Vijay a round of applause. Thank you so much. That was a really good session. Personally learned something myself as well, so it was great. I really like the way you explain things. He is Christopher, the co-founder of the Microsoft Cloud Security Group.
Okay.
8 o'clock.
So even my one kind request is, if you have any opportunity to help community, you can invite. I'm happy to present. Basically, I'm into data. I'm into robotics. I'm into AI. I'm into security, of course. I'm into cloud. I'm into DevOps. So I'm happy to explain with all POC if you want. You can invite me also.
I just saw Chris's eyebrows raised like that when you said security.
Yeah, I'm almost holding a 90 security certification so far.
Wow, nice. So do you focus mainly around what is your kind of primary area in the cloud?
Basically,
is it more Google Cloud?
No, Azure and AWS.
AWS.
Yeah.
Cool. No, good. I don't think we've got any more questions.
No, there's no more questions, Imran.
So
you need to find somebody that specializes in Alibaba
for the next cloud security.
Yeah, we need to track someone down who works on Alibaba Cloud. Actually, you're right. We've had Azure, we've had AWS.
We haven't had GCP yet. We've got to find someone on GCP as well.
We've not had Google Cloud, and we've not had we need to track someone down.
GCP is the smallest of those. Alibaba's massive compared to GCP.
Yeah. I'm surprised I've not come across anyone. Maybe I have on Twitter, but not really met anyone who. Don't know. Yeah, maybe that's our next challenge, to try to track someone down. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, just reach out.
Safe might know. There's a few people out there in the Pakistani community that I don't know about. India, Salim, Vijay might be able to help us.
Cool. Shall we call it a night then? If we've got no more. Oh, sorry. Did someone just come off mute there?
There doesn't seem to be any other questions in right now.
Cool.
So yeah, I just
thank you so much. Yeah, we can have.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you, Salim. It was a great session. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.